Good morning, FlossTube. My name is Becky, Socks for Mom. And if you are visiting, welcome. If you have just happened upon my channel and you don't know what this is about, I talk about a lot of my cross stitching, my knitting, my quilting, occasionally a little bit of weaving, as you see in the bag there. I have a loom, and some spinning. So I welcome you to my channel. I hope you will go get a cup of coffee or tea or something cold to drink since it's summertime. Bring your stitching or your knitting or whatever you're working on and sit down and let's have a little visit. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about today. The last time we were together, I showed you all the samplers that I had as whips and asked you for advice, and a whole bunch of you weighed in, and I've done the random generator and I've picked the winner for contributing your answer. And 99% of you said that I should finish the crown bird since there was a date on it. So that is what I did, and I will show you pictures of her because she is at Total Framing right now, being framed. And I should hear any day because they have let me know that they're working on her right now. So I have that giveaway to do. I moved on to Jane Stanwyck's, which was the second runner-up. The third runner-up was Tribute to Summer by Stacy Nash. I tried to work on her, and I continued to not like the fabric, so she went in the frog pond, and I feel really good about that. So those were the top three samplers, and now we're into September sampler soiree. So I've got more samplers to show you. Hold on a minute, I need to take care of a Westie. So I will share with you what I'm doing for sampler soiree or sampler September. I need to talk to you about some October plans. I have a birthday sal that I am co-hosting with a friend of mine, Christine Hollis. She is an October baby too, and we worked together to pick out something we both wanted to stitch, and I will tell you about that. I want to share about something three of my friends are doing, the Great Pumpkinsal, that is hosted by Olivia, who is Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, Cynthia, who is stitching in the light, and Kristie, CrossHatch Quilts. And Cynthia, in addition to wanting to have this sal where we stitch pumpkins all month long, has also come up with a wonderful charity drive that I want to tell you about. There will be raffling going on, and she has contacted many of her friends who have also wanted to participate. So I, believe it or not, will be sewing a project bag, and it will be accompanied with a what do I call those things? A thread keep, sorry. And then I'm going to talk to you about some future stitching, and I'm going to share with you my life event that is pretty major. So I hope you're ready to go. So let's get started. So I finished Crown Bird, and here are some pictures of her. She is so beautiful, and I thoroughly enjoyed working on her. The crown bird was designed by Paulette Stewart for the stitching guild that I am in, the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild that's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She designed this several years ago, and so on it you will see TRSG for Tudor Rose Sampler Guild. But if you want to stitch it, you can take that right out and put whatever you want in. It's beautiful. It has Tudor roses on it, and the red house, hello, it's gorgeous. I actually enjoyed stitching all of that green grass. I love the color of it. I did run out of the green, and so if you are planning on stitching that, just be aware of that. A couple of my other friends also ran out. So you will probably need to get 2 of those skeins. So she is stitched on Vintage Meadow Rue, I believe. It's all the called for stuff. And Sherry, my friend in Colorado Stitcher, her question this week is, do you guys always do all the called for stuff? And yes, Sherry, I do. And I agree with you. Back in the 80s, we didn't have anything to choose from, and we just went into the shop, showed them the pattern, pulled the threads, and picked some Aida or linen. And that's the way we did it. But now, I don't know. When I see a picture and I love it the way it is, I want to stitch it the way it is. So that's what I do with just about everything. So I finished the crown bird and should get a call any day now with payment information and shipping address, which will probably be different, but I will tell you about that in a minute. And I moved on to Jane Stanwick's, which I don't have here with me today because I left her once again in Colorado, which I probably should go ahead and get that part over with because I might be saying that a lot. But she's beautiful. I really wanted to finish her this month for Sampler Soiree, but my plans got changed and I packed in a rush and she didn't come home with me. So I have different plans for September Sampler Soiree. So let me go get those and I will be back in a minute to show you what I've been doing. We got our house ready to go on the market. The main reason we did this is because the market seems good right now. And my husband, he's out there right now, spends about 4 hours a day outside in this wretched heat, taking care of all this land. And he has some health issues, and we don't like him out there doing that. So we thought we would try it. We got the house ready, put it on the market, and with the intention of me staying in Colorado the month of September to help my daughter out while she did some traveling. On the way, the house went up Friday a week ago and immediately was shown that night. And the next day, someone looked at it and put an offer out. And their offer was too good to refuse because it was full price. So there is a contract on the house. It will be inspected Tuesday. And the buyer will find out which lending company he's going to go with on Wednesday. And if it's a go, then I'm going to start packing. So that all happened the next day after I got to Colorado, and I thought, well, I guess I should go home and start packing instead of coming up home at the end of September, because the buyer actually wants to close September 30th, which is really fast, and I don't know if that can happen because there's a lot of activity out there right now. And things are backed up. So, if it's right, it'll happen. And if it doesn't happen, that's fine. There's a lot of interest in the house. I'm very calm about it. The only thing that stresses me out is what to take to Colorado, because our plan is to go back there. It's to live with our daughter while we decide where we want to buy a house. So I need to take a small amount of my stuff with me. Okay, that's over with. So I came home with only one sampler. I'll start with that. And I think I've decided that maybe I don't want to do this. I'll let you tell me what you think. But a few years ago, it was my unicorn chart. It's in this bag I absolutely love. It's some tulip pink fabric that I picked up in Breckenridge, I think, last year. Oh, I love it. And I hope this is focusing. I didn't even try to set this camera up. Okay, so my unicorn is this poorly. Brenda and Laura, you're going to get so upset. Here's my magazine cover. It's the Solomon's Temple. It's Margaret Jane Ledbetter. It's on 36 count. Make sure. 32 count Belfast Fairy Dust, and I think that's probably why I'm not enjoying it. But this is what I have so far. It's really pretty. It's big. It's really big. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I do want to do this. So I've been working on that, and what I do love about this is that 32 count. I rarely stitch on that, and it's very relaxing. It is 2/2, but at night it's wonderful to work on it. It's easy to see. Oh, and I should show you that I have my Elame. It's my grandma, or that's not actually my grandma, but I named her after my grandma. Thread keep. Solomon, Mary Jane Ledbetter. Ledbetter is done in all DMCs. Hold on a second. So once again, there is the thread keep, and it's just DMC, and I tell ya, good old DMC. One thing is for sure, we know it's not going to fade, because I've got some things from the 80s that are just as bright as they were 30 years ago, 40 years ago, however long ago. And we really don't know what hand-dyed will do, because my hand-dyed yarn has faded. Okay, so let me know what you think. Should I keep going with her? She's big. So that's number one. The other thing I would like to finish is Sneak. And Sneak was a mystery stitch along I did with Jules' line, the Long Dog samplers, and dropped out because I couldn't keep up. But she's done on Ada, and I do love her, and I do want to finish her. This is 16 count Ada. No, I think it's 18 count Ada. And you will ask me what color it is, because every time I post it, people ask. It's DMC 115, variegated. Oh, look at that red. Isn't it beautiful? And it's on the Sneak thread keep. It's a picture I took of it. And I would like to finish that. I'm trying to put in a couple threads a day on her. The next sampler, so I told you I'm doing 4, maybe eliminating Solomon's Temple. The next sampler I decided to go with is Walter, because I've been working on Walter every Wednesday night with my friend Christine. We call it Walter Wednesday, Sal, S-A-L on the end, because when I tagged it Walter Wednesday, there's a whole lot of Walters out there that aren't pigeons. So, I love this. It takes my breath away every time I looked at it fully finished. And life is too short, right? So here it is so far. You see pictures of this on Instagram every week. I'm doing it with the NPIs, right? Or am I doing it with a Veriswa? I'm doing it with a Veriswa. And here is the Walter thread keep. And Thomas 1854. She's on my millennial frame. She's loosened since I left her overnight. Every time I'm done stitching on her, I loosen it up. So I am wanting to focus on this a little bit this month. Do a little bit more. What I did is I really sat down and thought, what would I love to have finished moving into a new house? That kind of helped me. Okay, the last one, I hear my husband coming in. The last one is the Red Deer sampler, which I made the Red Deer bag for last year out of this toile. And this is the thread keep. I like to hang my thread keeps as key tags. Whoop. Focus things moving all over the place. You see it? I just snapped a photo of the deer and made it. So I don't know what happened. A lot of squirrels came along in January, so she never got going. But she's also another one that just takes my breath away every time I see her. That's hubby came in. You want to say hi?
Hi.
He looks like a farm hand. He's sopping wet. So I have the 35 count Confederate gray. And here it is. Really pretty. I love it. So my goal is to stitch 2 flowers a day of the border and get the border done. I love. Alrighty, let's talk about October plans. First, I want to tell you about my birthday sal. That is also Christine's birthday sal, Hollis Hands Create. We picked from the Sisters book by Blackbird Designs. We picked At First Cock's Crow. I made a thread keep of it. And here is the picture of it. At first cock crow, the ghosts must go back to their quiet graves below. October 31st, 1894. Not sure what I'm going to do about that moon there. Kind of goofy looking. But we picked this, and it's a pumpkin thing, so it will fit right into the Great Pumpkin Sal. I love this book. I'm not going to show you anything else from it, but there are two sister samplers that I'd like to stitch and hang side by side. So I will be stitching that on, let me look in here. This is currently holding my October projects. This was a bag I offered in my bag club last year that, you know, I'm not doing anymore, right? So don't ask. No, that didn't sound very nice. I would love to sew for you. I just can't. Neck issues. Okay, so here it is. I'm stitching mine on Cocoa. And here are the threads. Not sure if they're all there, but boy, they look really pretty on this Cocoa. And here is the thread keep that I may actually write a blog post on my blog about this and make up a whole bunch of them and let you purchase those through my blog through the month of October, because I feel kind of bad because this is my birthday sal and I know a lot of you might want that. So I have this Kim Deal fabric that I'm going to make some kind of bag out of. Let me get it together. I wanted to show it to you because I will make a second bag for the raffle along with that thread keep. And I'm going to tell you about how that raffle works in just a minute. Isn't that glorious? It's so pretty and it's so close to orange, and I love orange. Oh, I love these fabrics. So I will make a bag for the raffle with this for the zipper pull, and I'll probably also contribute, that's what I'll do, I'm thinking out loud, I'll contribute some of these to the raffle. So the Great Pumpkin Sal, through the month of October, we will be stitching pumpkins, and the hashtag is the Great Pumpkin Sal, right here. And you can stitch pumpkins, you could knit anything pumpkin colored, you can quilt something with pumpkins on it. Just hashtag it so we could all see it and enjoy it. So let me tell you about the charity raffle that Cynthia is doing with it. So her daughter just got engaged to a young man who she's been dating a year and a half, I think, maybe. And his mother is the director of Freedom Shield in Lewisville, Texas, but this is a worldwide organization that goes in and rescues human trafficking victims. And It cost about $1,500 per person to do that, to get them out, I guess, and to train them, help them get on with their life. So Cynthia's goal is to raise $1,500 for that organization. She would love to donate her time, which she might do later on in her life. This is not a good season in her life for her to do that because she's homeschooling and she's also a pastor's wife and has a lot of responsibilities. But this was a way she felt like she could help. And we're Stitchers and we're all about, you know, this kind of stuff, I think. We're a very generous community. So it's going to be run the same way that Emily, Eclectic Possessions? You know, Emily. Sorry, Emily, if you're watching this. I watch you all the time. And I don't remember your handle. Where you will go to Freedom Shield and you can donate. For every $5 you donate, you get a ticket for the raffle. But you need to screenshot your donation and send that photo to Cynthia so she can keep track of it. The way the raffle will be run is the names will be drawn, and those who have contributed to the raffle will ship those items out. She will give us the name of who we will ship our thing to. I believe you don't get to pick, because let's face it, we would all be picking Kristie's bags, right? They're great, Kristie. But I make this kind of bag, you know, with the heavy plastic. So that is how it's run. I'm going to leave a link, if I can find one, to Freedom Shield down below. Cynthia has posted a video talking about it and sharing a video from the organization, so you can check it out. But it's an extremely worthwhile cause, and I'm supporting it wholeheartedly. So that is the Great Pumpkin Sal, and I hope to see some of your pumpkins posted. So let me share with you what I'm going to be working on in October. Now, I told you I'm having to decide what to take. So I bought several of these. Let me show you. Several of these art bin boxes on Amazon. I'll leave a link for you. I bought 3 at a time. I don't know how much, maybe $19 or something like that. But I like this size. They stack on top of each other, and I actually have my individual quilt projects stored in one of these. I feel like I can't talk. I'm really sorry. I'm very out of practice. So what I did is I picked projects for October, the fall season, the Christmas season, and the spring season in 3 boxes. That's what I'm taking to my daughter's house. Everything else will go into storage. I'll take my threads, I guess. But that's the plan for now. So I'm going to show you my October plans in this box. All in this box. But before I show you that, I have to show you the things that are not in the box, which I'm continuing to work on. So I continue to work on Hawk Run Hollow every Friday night. I think you've seen that posted. I hope you join me on Friday nights for that. I recently bought the Shepherd's Bush conversion and linen for autumn at Hawk Run Hollow that I was supposed to wait till October to start, but I couldn't wait. I needed a pick-me-up this Friday. So here is the pattern. I've made a thread keep, and I don't even think I have it here, of the owl. See that owl block right there. So I can't share the colors with you because it's their conversion, but you can buy part of the guts from them and maybe they will share it with you. The thing is, they cut a long piece of linen. So it equals a half, but it's a long skinny thing. And it is, I went with 36 count straw. I think it's the Weeks Dye Works straw because I think the other one is lighter. Somebody's in the kitchen. And I will show you how many threads came. These are all the Weeks Dye Works that came with it. These are all the chili peppers. No, I didn't mean to say chili pepper. I'm wondering what my husband's doing. These are all the classic color works. Chili pepper just happens to be in there, so that's your only hint. And these are all the gassed. So those are pretty, aren't they? I will be working on those Friday nights. I'm gonna put it aside. I just had to try to stitch on it a little bit last week, but this week and the following week, I'm gonna finish up Nathan's, I'm doing the Village of Hawk Run Hollow, and it's Nathan the Blacksmith. I have a little bit more to do on that block, and then I'll save this until October 1st to work on it. Every Friday night. Okay, the other thing I'm working on with Kristie and Olivia, CrossHatch Quilts and Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, is Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain. Kathy Barrick called it the Beast. So the hashtag is Lazy Autumn Beast Sal. I hashtag mine stitching with triplets because I love everything those two do, and I think our tastes are very similar. So this is beautiful. I have some vintage autumn gold. And my progress is slow, but because I really only work on this on weekends. But that's all I have. And I love it. I have another overdyed conversion, which you can get because Quirks and Stitches Jen has shared it. It's what she's using. Oh, I love this autumn gold. Maybe someday, folks, we can get it again. And this is the thread keep I've made for it. It's the Orange House. Right here. So that is Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain, and I work on that usually on Saturdays. So those are the things I'm working on, but now let me show the things I'm taking. So when I was driving back, I spent a lot of time on my phone just planning. And so this is what I planned. I made this little card with the things I want to do in October. But before I show it, I forgot to show you my September thing. In this beautiful bag with this mustard zipper. I made this last year in the bag club. I am working on White Pumpkin Farm, which I started a year ago, but I'm just now pulling it out again. This is what I have so far. That barn is going to be very long. See, I love this. Love, love, love it. And I'm using the overdyeds. I'm missing a color here, but this is the White Pumpkin Harvest Thread Keep. I hope you've been paying attention to the thread keeps, because the winner of my last FlossTube's drawing will get to pick one of these. So this is the card I made. I don't have this with me because it went to Colorado. But this is an embroidered pumpkin that's real small that I want to frame. This is my birthday start. This is Matilda Hornbuckle. This is Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain. This is the Brenda Gervais, I forgot what that's called, that pumpkin. And then this is a quilt that Olivia just showed. It's this Timeless Traditions. You probably have seen her show it. It's beautiful. I'm going to try to work on that a little bit this afternoon. And the pieces came all cut out, which is super awesome. So those are my October plans. I'm not going to talk about those anymore. I am going to link to Senorita Stitcher. She explains the September sampler soiree and also the difference between that and sampler September. I'm going to link to Cynthia's video talking about the Great Pumpkinsal and the Freedom Shield charity raffle. I'm going to go get my piece of paper that told me who the winner was, and I'll be right back to announce that. Okay, the winner is April Farnham. April, I've left a comment on your comment. It was 3 months ago. That's how long it's been since I filmed. April said, "Crowned bird, finish it." I just had to add that to my wish list. Love the Tudor roses. And in parentheses, she said, "I already have one of your Tudor rose thread keeps." So April, you get another thread keep. So let me know. I left a comment, and get in touch with me and let me know which one you would like. And a little bit more information. I want to thank all of you in my recent sale. My inventory's been wiped out, which is what I had intended. I will continue to make thread keeps once I get settled, because I really enjoy that so much. That's crafting for me. So I didn't want to store them. I don't know if they'll be in a hot car while we're at a motel. I don't know if they're going to be in a storage unit for a little bit, but I didn't want them in the heat. So I decided just to destash my inventory, and I'll start over when we get settled. So I had a sale that a lot of you participated in. It was a one-day 25% off sale, and I want to thank you. I've got a lot of orders to pack this week. So thank you so much for supporting that endeavor. I hope it brings you a little bit of bling to your stitching and you enjoy it. I'm not used to talking. My throat's about to go. But the one last thing I wanted to share with you is I did finish my shawl. This was a mystery stitch along that the Curious Handmade Helen Stewart had, and it's called Stillness Shawl, and here it is. It's fingering weight. It's Madeline Tosh. I don't even remember the colors, but they're on my Instagram feed. It's really pretty. Let me get back here so you can see. It's super, super big. I'm really happy wool's coming back into my life again. That is if we move to Colorado, which I will let you know on the next FlossTube. So thanks. I hope the sound was okay, and I appreciate all you guys. Love you. Bye.